Hi, this is Vicki from patternprincess.com. Today I'm going to show you how to do the stitches for this really pretty blanket. I had actually made this as I was starting this blanket. I originally did this as a scarf, and you can see that written pattern on patternprincess.com. And then I'll also have the written pattern for the blanket on patternprincess.com if you're if you like the written directions as well. However, I'll give you the information I believe that you need as well if you wanted to make it from this video. So this is just a combination of double crochet and half double crochet. This foundational row is the foundation no chain double crochet, and I'll show you how to do that as well. I've used 2 skeins of the Caron Simply Soft chocolate, then 2 skeins of the Caron Simply Soft tweed in an off-white, and then Caron Simply Soft dark sage. And as you can see, I blend one color into the next by adding the next color in one row, and then I keep the same color. Like I have chocolate, then I added in the off-white, then I went back to the chocolate, then I have the off-white, then I added the dark sage, and then I had the white, and then the sage, chocolate, and I kept blending it all the way through. And the directions I get again are on patternprincess.com. This here is worked the width-wise this way, and it is 161 stitches wide. You can change how wide or how narrow you would like this blanket to be. It's worked in multiples of 2 plus 1. So again, this is 161 stitches. It's about 35.5 inches wide, and it is about, I can't show you the whole thing here because it's quite long too. I won't be able to pick it up on camera, but it's about 51 inches long. So if that helps you as well. I went 124 rows, and then on the very final row, I finish it off with a single crochet on the top so that my beginning row and my ending row would look very, very similar, and it just really finishes it off very nicely. I did not do a border, as you can see. I had thought about doing a border. I couldn't figure out what kind of a border would go with this, so I left it as it was. I did not do a border, a special border on it. I thought that just the chocolate on the both ends really helped finish it off nicely on both ends, and hopefully you will think so too. Hopefully it'll work out well for you. I'll set this aside and I'll get you going here on how to do the stitches. I'm not going to do the whole 161 stitches today. I'm just going to do a small swatch for you so you can get the hang of what I'm doing. And get my beginning yarn on my hook. So again, your initial foundational row is just doing multiples of 2 plus 1, okay? Okay, so we're going to go, I don't know, let's make 11. It'll be a multiple of 2, which would give me the 10 plus 1. So this is going to be the no chain double crochet. Now you can, if you don't want to do this, you can do 11 chain stitches and then come back and do 11 double crochets. That would give you the same results. It would just look a little bit different on the bottom. Okay, so to do the no chain double crochet, I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to yarn over, come back into this first chain. Okay, grab my yarn, yarn over, and come through the first stitch, yarn over, come through the next 2, yarn over, come through the next 1. I now technically have 1 by the first chain stitch, chains here, and 2. The second one here counts as a double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to go into the 2 bottom loops, okay, bring my hook through, and then come through the bottom loop, come through the next 2, and come through the next one. And what you're really doing is creating that single crochet plus the double crochet past it. So I'm going to do that again. Here we go. I'm going through the next 2, yarn over. And the biggest thing is being able to just catch those bottom 2. Sometimes it takes a moment, and you got to catch all the yarn, because sometimes I have to really catch myself when I'm doing this and make sure that I'm catching it all. And the reason I have used the no chain double crochet is you see how this just lays so nice on the bottom, and it doesn't tug, and because sometimes you have a bigger gap on the bottom, and I just like how that lays. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have 6 more to go. So let me get through both on the bottom. It just takes a minute. Okay, through 1, and then through 2, yarn over, bring it through the bottom 2, and then through 1 loop, through 2 loops, another 2. We're going to go through the bottom loops again. And I have to grab some more yarn here, I apologize. Here we go, go through the bottom loop, the next 2. Okay, maybe not, it's a little bit, there we go. And I haven't been counting, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go, 9. And 10, and then we're going to go 1 more. So our multiples of 2 plus 1, and I'm not quite getting it in, hold on. There we go. I was missing that 1 loop. There we go, and 1 more. And then I'm going to count just to make sure that I didn't goof up by my count here. There we go. Now I should have 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, and 11. All right. So really, this kind of counts as your foundational chain stitch and your row 1. So you're really going to start off your next one here now with half double crochets, and I'm going to grab a little bit more yarn off. Here we go. Okay, so now we're ready to start our first row here. So we're going to do 2 chains, and then we're going to do 1 more, and then I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to skip this first stitch. In this next one, I'm going to complete a half double crochet. This first that we did, those first 3 chains, that counted as like a half double crochet and a chain 1. All right, so then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to skip this one. So in the next one, we're going to complete a half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and in the top of that first chain 3, we're going to do our half double crochet. Now it's time to turn. So in row 3, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to count as our double crochet plus a chain 1. Okay, so in the very first chain 1 space here, in this one here, okay, I'm going to do my double crochet now. Then I'm going to chain 1, yarn over, pardon me, and then in the next space, double crochet. So in each space, it's a chain 1. So chain 1, and the next space, double crochet, chain 1, and then the next space, double crochet, and then chain 1, and then right here in the second stitch there that would have been that half double crochet, I'm going to complete a double crochet. Okay, now I'm going to turn it. So, and I actually have to count my rows here, 1, 2, 3, and actually if you look at this here, I did my no chain foundational row, then my half double crochet, my double crochet, my half double crochet. So the next row is when I'm going to change color. All right, I just had to double check myself. So we're going to chain 2. Now what happens is as we work along, this row 3 and 4, this next one we're going to do here, become the repeat for the whole pattern. So in here, in this first chain 1 space, I'm going to do a half double crochet. Then I'm going to chain 1, and then a half double crochet in the next space. Chain 1, half double crochet. So I'm going to be alternating between double crochet and half double crochet, and it's always one or the other, and a chain 1, and you skip that space, and then half double crochet in here, and then chain 1, and we're going to half double crochet. All right, so then up here I'm going to change color. So then let me snip this off, and let's get our white, or off-white. So now when I bring my off-white in, okay, I just bring it right in like this, and then I hold my two pieces together like this. I kind of hold them a little bit, and I just have to have a tangle in my yarn. Can you believe it? There we go. All right, let's do this again. Let's flip my yarn all over the place. So my next one is going to be that double crochet. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'm going to skip this. So my first chain 1 space, I do my double crochet. Chain 1, and my double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet in that top stitch of the, whoopsies, of the half double crochet. Here we go. So in the end, when I'm all done, see, this is going to pull apart. When I'm all done, I'll go ahead and I'll weave these yarns in now to their respective colors, and you won't be able to tell where I've had it. So now this is actually your first little spot, this first little swatch right here. We just complete a little bitty swatch of that anyway. So I hope that you make one of these for yourself, and don't be afraid to change up the colors. I think I would like to do something like this in pastels as well. It would be really pretty for spring. This is actually probably a little bit more of a fall blanket, but it could also be, you know, with this pretty green in here, it could also be, you know, some spring colors, because you do get the darker colors starting to bloom out in the spring. But thank you for watching, and come back to see what other patterns I may have for you, and tips and tricks. And don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date. Thank you so much.